All right, welcome back to another episode of the Review Show. All right,
Hey,
this is a series on
here it
Tarqaron. If you're
is.
not aware, we reviewed hundreds of movies on the channel by now, and this is a series where
Yeah.
a random movie comes up that we've reviewed that were at least 2 years separated from, so we have a little bit of reflection time at least that comes into it, and essentially I already know what it is, so I have it prepped and everything. But we're gonna just reflect on it a little bit, talk about if our feelings have changed at all, and then also look at one positive review from a random critic and one negative review from a random critic,
Mhm.
just to get a sense of both sides of the spectrum here. All right, see if we can glean
All
anything
right.
new from it or whatnot. But first off, I do have always have a little quote from each of us from the review just to see if Alec can guess from that. All right.
I like guessing games. This is always fun for me.
So first off, Zach says, I feel like I came in with a higher score than what I'm settling on because of the apathy. All right. Apathy.
Apathy. All right.
And then Alex said, because these are characters that we kind of know, shouldn't I feel more invested?
I think I have my gut instinct is Fantastic Beasts: The Secret of Dumbledore.
That's it. That's it. That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, Apathy really is the name of that movie. I was
Yeah.
just thinking about that movie not that long ago
Because I feel
too.
like it came up recently
Um,
too for something like we were talking about,
oh,
like
might
maybe
yeah,
blind ranking or
yeah,
one of the other ones.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Well, I also found my Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them book that you gifted me.
mm-hmm,
I think last year, or maybe it was a couple years ago. I don't remember
mm-hmm.
exactly when it was, but yeah, I was unboxing some stuff, unpacking some things, and I found that, and I was like, oh yeah. I flipped through that, and I was like, yeah, the first movie it was really good. Get pretend the other two don't exist.
Yeah, I feel like my opinions haven't changed much on it, but
Hmm.
it is what it is. One of the more forgettable Wizarding World movies for sure.
Yeah, I'm interested in a positive review.
All I
That's kind
remember
of
is
fascinating.
chillin'
I'm
and chillin' baby. That's the only thing that comes to mind. There's a chillin'
chilling. Yeah.
involved. Yeah, so we'll take a look at a positive and a negative review. And I look back because we alternate each time reading a positive and reading the negative for each of us. So
Hmm.
this time around, you'll be reading the positive review. All right.
Okay.
All right. Positive review is from the Sydney Morning Herald,
Okay.
otherwise known as smh.com.au.
Shaking my.
We got like a nice ad on top for Harbor
Yeah.
Freight.
Ooh, some Harbor Freight. All right, let's get some quality tools at the lowest prices. All right. Well, I love the title. This is Sandra Hall reviewed this. Johnny Depp is out. The magic is back in. Fantastic Beast series. She gave it 4 stars. Now I don't know if
Force.
her grading is 4 stars. So a
It's
lot of film critics will actually grade
it's
on a
out of
4 star
it is out
scale.
of 5. It is out of 5 because it showed it on
Okay,
Rotten Tomatoes when
that's
I clicked
what
on
I'm
it.
gonna do. Okay,
It's 4 out of
okay,
5.
all right. Well, thank you for reading the Herald. This article is complimentary.
Get
Of course, you're right.
out of
It's
here.
all right. 143 minutes cinemas. All right, there you go. Hey, all right. When you've built a piece of literary real estate as popular as the realm that J.K. Rowling constructed for Harry Potter and Friends, there's a powerful incentive to go on extending. A
There's
picture
a
of Jude
picture of
Law as young Albus Dumbledore, Richard Coyle as Aberforth in Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. So we have the latest addition to Rowling's Potter prequel, exploring the early life of Hogwarts' sage, Professor Dumbledore. This is the third film in this series, and there are plans for 2 more, although some critics condemn the last one for being overdeveloped with a sluggish storyline clogged by an excess of characters,
hmm.
which I would agree with. This one has a more streamlined design, possibly because Rowling had a co-writer, Steve Kloves, a seasoned hand responsible for all but one of the Potter scripts. Once again, the youngish Albus Dumbledore is played by Jude Law, dressed in tweeds, but Johnny Depp has been replaced by Mads Mikkelsen in the role of Gellert Grindelwald. The two are arch enemies, a relationship complicated by the fact that they were once friends so close that Dumbledore has freely admitted to having been in love with Gellert in his youth. Eddie Redmayne, at his most wide-eyed and breathless, is also back as the pure-hearted magi-zoologist, Newt Scamander. He's in the mountains of southern China when we first catch up with him, searching for the most fantastic of beasts, the Chillin, a delicate creature blessed with exquisite mortal instincts. Or sorry, moral, not mortal instincts. And it could have mortal instincts too. Exquisite moral instincts. If a Chillin bows down before you, you can be assured you are leadership material. While its talents could be wasted in Canberra. Is this a political commentary about Canberra? The Chillin's endorsement will be crucial in the imminent election for the new president of the International Confederation of Wizards. But she's part of the Sydney Morning Herald rather than Canberra. So, the series timeline has now reached the 1930s, and much of the story is set in Berlin, where parallels between Grindelwald and Hitler are heartily embraced. Although I'm glad to say, Mads, that Mikkelsen has resisted the mustache. But Grindelwald and his desire to dominate, or preferably enslave all Muggles, are gaining traction in the Wizarding world, and he must be stopped. It's a very solemn premise, but the producers are right in claiming that the director, David Yates, has tried to inject more fun into the story this time around. Newt and his magical menagerie have moments together that verge on Chaplin-esque, and Dan Fogler extracts a lot of the fun from his role as the fearless Muggle Jacob Kowalski, whose life as a New York baker is overturned yet again by his love mind witch Queenie Goldstein, Alison Sudol. Well, she's actually almost more of an empath. She's was it half Vila?
Sure.
But anyway, in line with the earlier films in the series, Stuart Craig's production design is she's a no, she's not part Vila. She is like a Legilimens. That's right. She's like a natural Legilimens or something. I don't know. I don't remember the whole. Anyway, in line with the earlier films in the series, Stuart Craig's production design is lit in such somber tones that you could be in a Lacar adaptation, but the globetrotting plot imparts an epic feel to the whole thing, and the heady climax gains a little extra oomph from being shot in Bhutan. Even so, its sense of intimacy comes through in the underlying theme, which centers on the bonds and tensions within families. The magic is back!
That's it. Huh. Okay.
That's it, huh?
Not much detail in that, really. But also, look at this related article. It's time to dump Dumbledore and his big hat energy. Overrated. What?
What is that about? So I will. So to her credit, I feel like I left the theater with I wouldn't say I was not like 4-star leaving the theater. I did leave the theater being like, okay, that was better than the last one. I was still kind of like, I don't really care all that much, but
you were like a 3-star guy.
It was better than the last one. I was like a 3-star guy on that one, yeah, basically. And I think it being more fun, more streamlined, and the script being punchier was definitely like, I think those are things that are all true. I just still don't care. I just still don't care about. Mm-hmm. The insistence on Credence still being alive and involved is just like
Credence Bareback.
It also was just weird because Barebone, Bareback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because it was weird to have the decision to be like, oh, he's joining Grindelwald. Like, oh no, and then it's like, then this next movie, it's like he's dying, and it's like, already, you set him up to be like a big continued threat, and now all of a sudden he's just like he's dying in this one. That's what? That's right. Weird. I don't know. Yeah, it's just it's just such a strange trilogy. Well, it was going to be a five-part series, but it's just such a strange grouping of movies, really.
Yeah, thank God it was a trilogy, honestly. Thank God.
Yeah, because part 2 was just dreadful. The Crimes of Grindelwald were just dreadful, and I don't think even I don't agree. I don't agree with it at all.
Dreadful crimes.
But like this, even this, like the magic being back, quote unquote. It's just like this isn't enough to even rescue it. It's like, yeah, there's a little bit more energy and more life to it, but it's just like it's just not enough. It was not enough to revitalize much
I
excitement.
don't know. It's still very slow
Unfortunately, it's like
going, and it was like, yeah, it wasn't the most exciting movie anyway. But
yeah,
yes, what does
yeah,
Sandra
but
know?
my point, yeah, my point there was just like it could have been the most exciting movie in general, like of the year, but like it wasn't really. There's nothing in it that's like enough to really revitalize that franchise because they really killed it with that second film. Like I thought the first film was a nice little standalone thing, and then like the second movie comes out and it's just like a convoluted mess. And it's just like maybe J.K. Rowling shouldn't be writing film scripts. Like maybe she really just should not be writing film scripts,
And she hasn't since.
and she has not since. At least not to my knowledge, anyway.
And that's purely because of the quality of Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of
That's just
Dumbledore.
because of that, and for no other reason, I'm sure.
Sandra, I mean, this is like a light, it doesn't really dip into many details. It gives us a little bit of the plot, and that's about it. It's a light review.
She had fun with it. She's just like, yeah, all right, yeah,
Yeah,
had a good time. It's fun. It's a
fine.
fun movie. It's fun. It's fun. It's not serious. It's
I
fun.
didn't get that from that movie.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
didn't
get
either.
fun.
Well, I mean, like I said, I love that the quote you used for me. I think we're supposed to care about these characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
We
very
gave
unfortunate.
6.5, which feels kind of generous at this point. I don't know. Like maybe you regret giving it a 6.5. We go lower. I don't know.
Yeah.
But let's see the negative review from the
But
Detroit
the
News.
Detroit News. All
This
right.
is also around the time of release in 2022. Secrets of Dumbledore review: plenty of wizards, no magic. That's the antithesis of the other review.
That's amazing. I love that. I love
The
that.
Harry Potter adjacent series continues to spin its wheels in spiritless third chapter. 3 entries in, the Fantastic Beasts series has yet to figure out what it's trying to say, or why, outside of its connections to a certain boy wizard, anybody should care. The Secrets of Dumbledore is the latest slog through a lifeless parade of wizards, wands, and decidedly less than Fantastic Beasts. This one is particularly concerned with politics and the election of a ruler who will oversee the wizard world. It is to Harry Potter what a box set of early Ringo demo tapes would be to a casual Beatles fan. It's for completists only, and no one else need apply. There's no disrespect to Ringo. Peace and love. Peace and love. All right.
There his weird three.
I like it. That's a punchy
Yeah,
opening.
that's very fun already.
And look, it's Eddie Redmayne and Jude Law in Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of
All right.
Dumbledore.
Oh,
There you go. Jude Law is back as Albus Dumbledore, eventual headmaster at Hogwarts, here a practicing wizard known throughout the wizarding world as a brilliant practitioner of magic. Early on, there's a scene that explicitly spells out his sexual orientation for those dying to know the details of the off-screen love life of a fictional wizard. Hey, relax. Mads Mikkelsen is the dark arts master, Gellert Grindelwald, replacing Johnny Depp, whose real-life controversies became too risky for the series. No explanation is given for why or how he's now an entirely different person, but the storytelling here is so confounding that it's the least of the film's many problems. Early on, it seemed like Eddie Redmayne's Newt Scamander was the centerpiece of the series, but here he's just extra baggage, along for the ride with Brooklyn Baker, Jacob Kowalski,
yes.
witchcraft instructor Eulalie Lally Hicks, Newt's older brother Theseus, and a few other hangers-on. Who could forget Theseus?
Totally right.
Yeah.
Totally right. Like, why is Newt Scamander even in this movie? He just feels like it's about the chillin'. So that's a
Yeah.
fantastic beast, but he does feel like he's not like overly like important to the plot.
Yeah.
Like, for crying out loud, don't they use them as like a decoy? They're like, you go off and do this other thing.
Yeah.
Like that's a whole part of the
But didn't he
movie.
is this the
Well,
movie that
maybe
had
we'll
the
get into it
crab
in the
scene
review.
in it? Where he did the little crab walk?
He did that in all of them, I think, didn't he?
No, it was like you go into a cave or something.
No. Oh yeah, that was in this one. Yeah,
And that was like
that
the
was to
most
rescue his brother.
at the time, it was one of the more memorable scenes. We can barely remember it, but yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The loose goal of this group is to stop the powerful and nefarious Grindelwald, whom Mickelson imbues with big fascist energy, from winning an election and gaining all sorts of power and influence on the world. There are a handful of side missions along the way, including one with a giant CGI crab-like creature whom apparently no wizards were around to cast a spell on. Dumbledore, like its predecessors, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and Fantastic Beasts of Crowns Grindelwald, has a handsome look, spiffy costuming, and stately production values. The problem is the centerless storytelling and the overwhelming feeling that none of this is going anywhere. Who, as an audience, are we supposed to care about? Who is meant to be our guide throughout this world? And what are we supposed to be taking away from this? Well, there you go. He's spitting.
He's spitting fire right here.
Harry Potter creator
Spitting
J.K.
facts.
Rowling wrote the screenplay along with her collaborators Steve Kloves and Sirius Helmer and Potter veteran David Yates. He did the last 4 Harry Potter movies, Steers the Ship. They may be the only ones to whom all of this makes complete and total sense. Anyone else will need a roadmap to connect the dots, recall character motivations, and remember what we're doing here in the first place. Storytelling facets which are seemingly of no concern to the filmmakers. There's a creature in the film, a tiny fawn-like being called a Chillin, it's pronounced Chillin, that can read one's soul and bows to those who are pure of heart. The Secrets of Dumbledore itself would not want to be judged by its high standards. It's such a tangled ball of corporate interests, muddled fan service, franchise puffery, and good old-fashioned hot air that would never pass the test. A world full of wizards has never felt less magical. Grade D.
Gave it a D.
Absolutely owned by Adam Graham.
Adam Graham, the Detroit News film critic.
Fight
Yeah, he's
back.
spitting fire right here.
Fight back, Secrets of Dumbledore.
Fight back, you
You
coward.
eviscerated it. Wow, there you go. I like that.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with pretty much everything.
Yeah, I agree pretty much wholeheartedly with that, I think. Yeah, I it's interesting because like it not having a central goal, like to me, it's more interesting to have like like all of that stuff that they're force feeding us as like the main thing we need to care about would have been, I think, either a better, if you're going to make this Fantastic Beast, if you're going to make this about Newt Scamander, all of that stuff makes a better backdrop that you then somehow tie in more covertly or more interestingly, rather than this is what we're doing. We're doing the main big important thing with the characters with things the member berries.
Right.
And instead it's everything he just described. Like it's just kind of like it's a big mess. It's like where are we going? Who cares? Why are we doing this? Why does any of it matter?
I remember,
and that's why I was gonna say that's why the first one works so well, because it's like it's kind of like the adventure is I gotta find all of the beasts that got let loose in the city, because I was here to study this one thing. All these beasts got let loose in the city. Now I have to go find them all, and he gets wrapped up in this other scheme that's going on behind the scenes. Like that kind of comes into play there, and that's where it all kind of ties together a lot more interestingly. And then it's like, and then it turns out Grindelwald was like involved, and it's like, that's kind of geez, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But then they had to like keep playing it up, this Grindelwald, this Newt Scamander and Grindelwald, and it's like, well, why do we need to have that as the backdrop? It doesn't have to be the primary driving force of these movies. Like build the world out more. It doesn't have to be so closed. It's like you've already built out this whole American wizarding culture. Go get more wild, get more interesting with it. Yeah. Instead of just like stuck to the things we had heard about before. The characters we sort of knew.
Like I remember a couple things, which are the ones mentioned mostly. I remember Dumbledore Secrets. I remember something with a crab walk in like a cave type thing with Newt Scamander's there. Mm-hmm. Is that the one where it's like a prison break kind of moment, or is that a different thing?
Yeah, yep, it's that one. And also, there's the whole Jacob Kowalski using magic. Is that in this one? Or is that in the second one? That's a big problem
yeah, at the
too.
end of this one, I think. But also, I remember just because I went back to our reviews, the only reason I remember this, but they had
Yeah.
their wedding at the bakery. I thought that was interesting.
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
then the chillin', I always remember the chillin'. I always remember the chillin' from this movie. That's the one thing I remember.
Yeah.
That's the one beast that I can recall.
Yeah. I know. Your brother made on our Tarqaron cards. He made beasts, all the beasts that were
Yes,
in
and
these
there's
movies
so many
that
we
we
did
don't
not know.
remember. Yeah. And that's fun. I like. That's the thing. More of it should have been devoted to that. They were the background characters.
Yeah, and
Like Beast.
it became
This
this
is
kind of like
were the
political
background characters.
drama thing as the center of it. It just wasn't that interesting to me. It wasn't very compelling. And
Yeah.
yeah. But I do like how he tied in this review at the end, wrapped it all up in the chillin' with the chillin' bow. You wouldn't want to be
Yeah.
judged by the chillin' on this movie.
Yeah. No, not at all. My question is, what would the next two movies even be?
I
Like they
don't
sort
know.
of ended this. They sort of ended this off on like a. Well, now Dumbledore, like the whole point of what happened in this movie is that Dumbledore can now face against Grindelwald. He can now directly fight him because they were able to break
The blood
that link
oath.
thing that they had,
Yes.
the blood oath. They were able to break that somehow
The blood clot.
or something.
Yes.
And so they broke that, and then I don't know.
Forgot that happens in this too, yeah. But
Yeah.
maybe return to form and get back to finding fantastic beasts again.
No, they would have gone full on World War II. For sure, the last movie would have to have like the defeat of Grindelwald by Dumbledore, because
No beasts. No
that's
beasts
like
to
the
be
big
found.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'd be no beast, at all. Yeah,
And at the end,
I don't know.
maybe there'd be a line about how we were the fantastic beasts all along.
No, no, that would be horrible. That would be awful.
We are fantastic.
We were the Fantastic Beasts, after
No.
all.
Newt doesn't care about the beasts anymore because he's just so fascinated by
It's
human
just
politicking now.
it's just such a waste. It's a waste of all these actors. I think because like
Yeah.
Eddie Redmayne, I think is does a wonderful job with this character, but like this character is just like nothing. In by the time you get to this movie, Newt Scamander, why do I care?
Yeah, we could have left it at one and done with this the
Yeah,
fantastic
I think
beasts.
we could have, we really could have, and it would have been lovely to just do other Wizarding World stuff. You could have gone back and done like gone on Hogwarts Legacy, done the Goblin Rebellion. You could have gone back and done that. You could have, I don't know, do something weird. Go
Yeah.
to Australia. I don't know.
Shit. Yeah, Canberra.
That'd be fun.
All right.
That's because that would be, there would be an interesting thing there. Maybe you could do like the settlement of like, because remember, so Australia is like all prisoners, like we're all settled it. So you could have like a clash between the Aboriginal sort of culture there, because I'm sure they have a wizarding culture, and then there could be like a some sort of clash or in intermingling there. That could be, it could do some interesting stuff with that.
We'll go to the
But
Sydney.
no,
We got to go to
not,
Sydney, of course,
not to be.
for
Go to
Sandy,
Sydney. Yeah,
Sandra.
yeah, that's right.
So yeah, we gave it a 6.5, both of us.
Be a
This movie.
little generous.
Yeah, what would you give
A
it
little generous,
today?
I think. Probably like a 5.
It's
just like a
tough
straight
because like
5. It's
yeah, I
just
don't
like,
remember what we gave Crimes of Grindelwald because that one is significantly worse. I think that's where
I think that was like I think I was like a 3 for me. It might have been a 4. I could have given that one a 4 potentially. But that movie's just bad.
So yeah, I might have given this like a 6, 5.5. But it's kind of
Yeah.
crazy when you look at other movies that we had similar scores to. It's like, is it that bad? I don't know. But the whole argument that I said in this movie is like, if I don't care, then it's almost as egregious as a movie that's just poorly made to begin with. But
Right.
you know, with saying all that, I would have
It's
expected my score to be lower, honestly, than 6.5.
Yeah. I think too also another thing to this film's credit, to really this trilogy's credit, is I think I do agree also with the review. Production design is like top notch. I think the beast designs when we see them, and just like the general like costuming and setting and all that stuff that makes watching the Harry Potter film interesting, makes the Harry Potter movies interesting, but it was makes these interesting is because they're period pieces, and I think they do such a fun job of playing around with that time period. And I think that's what I really like, because like when I was looking at the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them book that you gave me, that was the thing I was like looking at. I was like, oh man, it's just so cool. Like looking at all the, it's like set in New York in the 20s. It's got all this cool fashion and stuff like that. It's just there's
Yeah, it's
there's
different vibe from
a
Harry
fun
Potter.
there's a fun energy to a lot of that kind of like stands out, and that is what makes parts of it memorable. But the problem is that you can make all the beautiful art in the world, but if you don't have an interesting story to put into it, then you forget it. It's forgettable at the end of the day. Just unfortunate.
There you go.
Wow.
That'll be it for the review show. All right.
And that's it.
Let's rank the review show movies so far. What did we have? We had 3 other ones, I think. We had Eternal Sunshine. We had Raya and the Last Dragon. We had Puss in Boots. And this, I think that's it.
Yeah.
So, Eternal Sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
Raya, Puss.
Probably that order. Yeah.
Secrets.
Probably that order.
Raya, Puss, Secrets.
Sure. Whatever you say.
Oh, and the Suicide Squad. I forgot about that one.
Oh, the Suicide Squad? Oh, that's right. I guess we did.
So
I put that one probably at
Eternal Sunshine, The Suicide Squad, Raya,
yeah.
Puss, Secrets.
I agree.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And if you enjoyed this video, why don't you check out this random Tarqaron video.
Random rules.
Shrek the Musical. Check out our review of Shrek the Musical.
Yeah.
Who could forget a more memorable film than The Secrets of Dumbledore?
It is memorable. Maybe not in a positive way. Maybe kind of. I don't know.
Definitely more positive.
It's all right.
It's
yeah, I think it's more
definitely
positive
better
than
than
this.
Secrets of Dumbledore. But it's also not really comparable. But just watching this stage production. But yeah, I think I got you beat. It was my birthday. Give me away. Or send me away. His parents sent him away on his birthday or something,
Brutal. It's a brutal crime. Crimes of Grindelwald.
He's a fantastic beast himself, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He is a fantastic
commander
beast.
Want to give him a little swamp to live in. Take care of him.
Yeah, he could sing. He'd sing. If he'd sing his heart out like he does in the musical, then...
Yeah. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more. Like the video. Leave a comment with your thoughts on Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. And, all right, peace and love. Peace and love. No more fan mail, please. All right.